Is sober life really that boring? Today we're going to talk about that. What is up, beautiful sober people? I am AC, the Sober Life Coach, here on YouTube. On this channel, we help you live a happy, healthy, sober life. Today we're going to be talking about a big issue in the sobriety movement, and also an issue I had when I first started getting sober in the early days of my sobriety. I always thought that it was going to be boring living a happy, healthy, sober life, and I can tell you that it's not boring. There's nothing boring about a sober life. In fact, life becomes extremely more full of all sorts of things and all sorts of feelings and emotions that you've never felt before. So it's not boring. It's definitely a lot more fun and exciting to live a sober life. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We do videos like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today happens to be Mindset Monday, so we're going to talk about the mindset of being bored when you are drinking. But just quick medical warning: if you cannot go more than 1 to 2 hours without a drink, then you may be an alcoholic, which you've done some things to your brain, so you may need to seek medical attention. But if you're just a problem drinker who can go more than 1 to 2 hours without a drink, maybe you just drink a little bit too much in the evenings, or maybe you're binge drinking on the weekends, or maybe it's becoming a daily habit and you haven't quite got to the alcoholic stage yet, you're not having extreme withdrawal symptoms, those kind of things, and you are in the right place, because those problems can be fixed, because I was the exact same place you were. So there are 3 big things that are making you think that sober life is going to be boring. Number 1 is that you think you're missing out on something. You know, in my community and on this channel, I've asked this question a lot, but is drinking something you can't have or something you don't want? Because if it's something you can't have, then you're going to be missing out on those things. You're going to be missing out on those events. You're going to be missing out on hanging out with your friends. You're going to be missing out having a drink by the beach. You're going to be missing out having a drink with your husband at night. You're going to be missing out on all these things that alcohol has brought to you. But that's not the way you should look at it, because you're not missing out on anything. You should turn alcohol into a don't want. Instead of a can't have, it has to be a don't want. You think you're never going to be able to have fun again, and that's not true, because alcohol is definitely one of those things that you thought was a center of attention. You thought it relieved your boredom. You thought it relieved your anxiety. You thought it made you have more fun. And on the other end of it, it's an anesthetic. It's a mild anesthetic. So how can you have fun if you're making yourself numb to feelings and things like that, make yourself anxious, those kinds of things? So alcohol definitely doesn't make you have more fun. Alcohol actually increases your boredom and the ability for people to be around you when you're drunk. So yeah, definitely one of those things is you got to change your mindset about thinking that you're missing out. So you really got to think about, is it something I can't have or something that I don't want? And there's ways to get there. We won't talk about them in this video, but that is definitely one of the things that may be blocking you from even wanting to pursue quitting drinking, is you think it's boring and that you think you might be missing out on some fun, when really in reality you're going to be the one having fun without alcohol, as opposed to those other people who are drinking it just to get by and have some fun. Number 2, you associate fun living with alcohol, because your brain has associated that alcohol with fun, alcohol as a solution to your boredom, as a solution to your anxiety. You associate alcohol as a solution to your problems, and one of those problems might be boredom. And if you associate those things, then that's what you're gonna get. And these ideas come from advertising, because advertising always shows you these crazy people doing all sorts of fun things when they're drinking, but in reality, they don't show you that they're falling over drunk. They're puking on people, they're making an ass out of themselves. You don't show you that part, because if they showed you that, you wouldn't actually buy it. So you're kind of looking at these things as rose-colored glasses as well. When you think about drinking and you think about all the fun you had and how boring tonight is, because I'm not going to be able to go out tonight and have fun with my friends, you don't actually remember the bad parts. We've always had bad times with drinking buddies, and maybe it was you causing the bad time, but we've always had those bad moments, and we gloss over those. And I know I did that before in my sobriety too. I glossed over those things and I continued drinking, even though I knew that it was going to be a bad time. I knew I wasn't in a good mood, but I continued to drink, and then your emotions get the best of you, and you end up having a bad time drinking. So just stop looking at it with rose-colored glasses and actually do a reality check. Is drinking going to help you relieve that boredom? Are you actually going to have fun, or are you going to be doing something else? With tips, here's a couple tips before you end this video, just to relieve some boredom. Number 1, you want to set some goals, create a vision for yourself. Our life is not worth living if we don't have a vision, we don't have a path, don't have a goal, a direction where we want to go in our lives. So a lot of times when we're bored, it's because we don't have that vision, we don't have that goal, we don't have that those dreams, those goals set to help move towards it. So sit about that and think about how you're going to set some goals, maybe this week, maybe for a month, maybe for a year. Your goals are amazing. And then think about what do I want in my life? just make a dream list. What do I want to do this year? Well, I know what kind of things you want to end 2021 with. Set those goals. Set those goals, because those are going to help you relieve that boredom, because you're going to have too many things to do, so you won't be able to be bored, and you'll have an excuse when your friends say, hey, let's go drinking. You say, no, I got to work on this goal that I have. Number 2, set a schedule, because Jocko Willink says discipline equals freedom, and that is so true. Set a schedule for your day. Plan out your day, plan out your morning, plan it by hour by hour by hour. I'm a list person. I never knew I was a list person. I always hated lists. I hated doing those kinds of things, but I realized that I'm a list person, so setting out a schedule definitely helps me. So setting out a schedule will also see how much time you've been wasting with alcohol, and you'll be able to add better things with those goals you have. Now you can look back and see, what do I need to do to achieve that goal? Let's break it down. Into daily tasks and see every single day, make a little improvement, and you'll be able to get where you need to go. And number 3 is just keep track of your wins and losses. I love keeping track of the sober first I had in my early sobriety. The first time you did whatever sober. That's definitely a good way. Celebrate your wins, and also track your losses too. If you had a relapse, if you had a moment of weakness, why did I have that moment? And track that down, because then you're going to be able to be a detective and go back and be like, oh, this is what happened. This is what environmental trigger happened. This is what happened to me that day. Just to make sure that you're on the right track. So keep track of things, so set some goals, set a schedule, keep track of things, and that'll help you relieve some boredom in your life. Anyways, guys, this is just a quick video about boredom. Before I go, is alcohol something you can't have or you don't want? I hope it's going to be turning into a don't want, but if it is a can't have still, why is that? Why do you think you can't have it? Why do you even need it in your life anyways? It's a poison, right? So anyways, guys, have yourself a meaningful day. I'm the Sober Life Coach AC. On this channel, we help you live a happy, healthy, sober life. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Take care.